Welcome to Life, Death, and the Law, presented by the law firm of Deason, Garner, and Hansen, hosted by attorneys Sean Garner and Adam Hansen.
Have you ever ticked off your instructor, like scared the crap out of him, and he's like, land this thing now, or I'm taking the control?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he doesn't say land this thing now, but he says there's a procedure that you go through, and meaning if they're like scared, then they'll say, I have controls, and I have to repeat, you have the controls.
How many times?
Oh, like 4. It's not that big.
And you want to go on the maiden flight.
One really serious one, I would say. One really serious one. The other one's like, it's fine. I had
controls.
it. I got it, okay? I got it. We were on the ground.
Did anybody have to change their pants when they got out of the airplane?
No. Okay. I mean, the instructors that I fly with, I mean, they're awesome, and they're so good at what they do. But, I mean...
So what happened when you took the controls? Were you, like, dropping altitude fast?
Power to you, dude. You got it.
You're barrel rolling?
One of these... So, just shortly, and the pilots that are listening to this are like, you're an idiot. Yeah, that's why I'm reluctant to tell this story. But, okay, this is my first time going into Somerton Airport. Somerton Airport is in Class D airspace, which is the base. There's this big radius around the base.
So is that the big dogs, Class D?
Class D is the big dogs. I mean, I'm like this little Cessna, you know, on the thing, and then
made in 1960
next to the Harrier, it's like, whoa. I'm like, hey, beep, 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 you know, and there's like, whoa, taking off. So in that sense, it's awesome. I mean, it's just so awesome to be out there on the runway with these guys, these fighter pilots, and these big old Osprey and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's kind of intimidating, and you've got to talk to Tower here at MCAS, and that's intimidating. Cody, you've been flying a lot too, and so that's probably the most intimidating thing or hardest thing is the radio controls, or not controls, but your dialogue back and forth to Tower. You've got to say certain things, they've got to say certain things to you, and you're always worried about messing up, and then they treat you stupid because you are. If you don't say it right. Anyway, so that's Class D airspace, heavily regulated. You have to have permission to get in Class D airspace. In Class D airspace, below it, like right below, 1,200 feet to the ground, this little carve out is for Somerton Airport. So there's a big circle, and in that circle on the very edge is Somerton underneath Class D. So the first time I flew there, you have to be really low because you can't, unless I had. Now, I didn't know this. The instructor at the time didn't tell me. I could just tell. I could have radioed to MCAS and said, hey, I'm putting around here in Somerton just to let you know I'm in your air. I might go into your airspace. And they're like, okay. They just have to say, okay, you know, they're aware of me now. They can see me. They know where I'm at. They can see me putting along. But you're supposed to get permission from them. And I didn't know that at the time, and he didn't tell me. So this is my first time in the Somerton, and I'm so nervous.
Some of these planes have, you know, maybe live rounds on them, and you got this little plane that's unannounced.
Yeah, they're not going to shoot me down.
Oh, okay.
They're going to report me to the FAA, and then, you know, like blackball me. I won't get my license forever. That actually happened too. But that was an accident.
Okay.
I didn't get... Going back to this one, I was low and slow coming into Somerton, and that's a very bad combo because you're so low and you're so slow. At a moment's notice, you can drop out of the sky, and you're so close to the ground you can't recover. And there's, on most of these little aircraft, there's a little hole in the wing. It's called your stall horn, and so it's designed to, at a certain angle, start alarming you that, hey, you're going into a stall.
Because these planes are literally made in the 60s, so it's like... Yeah, it's not all.
It's very rudimentary. I mean, it's not mechanical at any. Well, I guess it is mechanical in the sense that there's a little tab flap in there.
These high-tech digital devices.
No, but it works. So
it's like a hole in the plane that you get a certain angle, it's going to start buzzing.
Like a whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't buzz. It goes, and it gets louder and louder the more you're going into that bad angle until you're falling. Like you can't recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that started happening when I was coming into Somerton the first time, and he's like, I have the controls. And that was the first time that he had done that with a sense of urgency. He'd done it before, but not with that much urgency. And I'm like, okay, You got the controls, you know. And he's like, you have to be. And then he's kind of chastising me, you know. I'm like, okay, Dad, jeez. but then I get down, and then
Like, what's the worst that could happen?
yeah. As I reflected on it, I'm so ignorant.
Overreactor much?
Yeah, I'm so ignorant. I'm so ignorant that it wasn't until later. Like, okay, I get down, and then on the ground, and then we're done with the lesson and stuff, and we're just re-going over it. He wasn't really like, it was just stern, you know. It was really stern and not messing around kind of voice, like serious voice. And so
How
as
old
we're
is
going
he?
over it, probably in his 70s,
Oh,
60s
okay.
or 70s.
It's easier to take chastisement from somebody that's older like that.
This guy, he's done it all. He's been in the airlines for decades. Military pilot. So, like, whatever he says, I'm going to do because he knows what he's doing. And so anyway, after this, I'm reflecting on it. I'm like, and I'm going back, replaying in my mind and the situation. I'm like, okay, we could have died right there. Like, that was a really serious situation, and I was like oblivious to it. So that was one time where he said I have controls.
Nice. Well,
If you have questions or want to know more about something that was discussed today, please call the law firm of Deason, Garner, and Hansen at 928-783-4575 or visit yumaestateplanning.com.